Hello everyone, welcome again to Hook, Line and Sinker, Andrew, the fishing show with a difference today because we're exploring some of the myths and mysteries that go along with catching fish.
Couple of world firsts today, Nick, as far as fishing shows go. Just position the beautiful bark crusher. First of all, we're going to prove that the old myth of bananas and boats is wrong.
Wrong,
We're going to catch fish with these bananas on board.
Yep.
And then we're going to catch a fish on a remote control boat.
Sounds strange, I know, but that's what we're doing.
World first, folks.
Stay tuned.
World first.
We're not saying that we're going to catch big fish.
As is. Whoa! You want to jump here, have a swim?
You're a twit.
I'm on a dam!
It's a point well made, although you didn't make it that well.
I love it, I love it. I think we bogged.
That's not different.
No. Right, well, this is very, very, very exciting.
Yep. Big fish on.
This myth here, look here, bananas.
Yep.
We are in like 700 metres of water out over the continental shelf looking for a tuna. It has to be said that we haven't looked like catching a tuna, and we were beginning to think that maybe the bananas had something to do with it.
The water's quite green. We're incidentally in Tassie off St Helens.
But look down here. Look down here in the water. It's a very, very small yellowtail kingfish caught way out over the shelf off the east coast of Tasmania. We'll put him back, but
what a strange capture.
what a strange capture with the bananas.
Maybe things have gone a bit spooky on us. But interestingly enough, that kingfish, we just drove past a floating bit of kelp. The only thing we've seen out here was a bit of kelp.
There's no birds, no nothing.
Maybe will we go back there to the bit of kelp?
Well, we'll have a look. We'll have a look.
All right.
But bananas aren't the only thing that we're talking about today, are they?
No, that's right. Some people who have watched the show over the years may have seen us revolutionise recreational fishing, and we've done that in a very, very high-tech way. You don't even need to be out on the water.
No,
this is what we're talking about. It's radio-controlled fishing. Have a look at this.
Andrew, can you tell us what you're up to there at the moment?
Nick, fishing is all about stealth. And look at that. It's the latest development in fishing.
Yes.
It's controlled by this, radio controlled.
Yes, this is very new, is it?
Yes. Not sure how the idea was born, but what an idea. Our $400 remote control boat looked schmicko out of the box, so after we named her Cindy Marais, it was off to find out just what she could do. Put it in the water here, Nick. Now I'm going to swim alongside the lure.
Yep.
And just check the action, and we'll find the optimum trolling speed. And then we'll put a mark on the throttle stick where trolling speed should be.
All right, don't get your fingers in there.
No, very powerful. All right. Okay, you ready?
Ready. Out on the river, the little girl showed impressive speed and was never intimidated, although the people on this big ship did think we were potential terrorists going to bomb their carrier. Catching fish was of course never a problem, and after just 14.4 hours of filming, we proved once and for all, fishing remote controlled is the way of the future. But you're on! You're on!
I'm on!
You're on!
I'm on!
You're hooked up!
I'm on!
Marais! Oh no!
It's still on.
He's still on! Keep a tight line! Oh, you wouldn't read about it.
We've got to get that fish up on the plane.
Look at the fish.
Yes.
It's fighting him.
You've got to really set the hook. Are you ready? You've got to get the Cindy Marais.
Yep.
I'm bringing her in.
We need to keep a tight line.
Tight lines, tight lines.
All the training, it's all been worth it. Yes.
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 Well, as you see there, that's all very well, but that's inshore species.
Fish this big.
Small fish.
Rubbish, we've come out over the shelf into the big blue, and this is the real test for the beautiful Cindy Marais, which hasn't been out of its box for 4 or 5 years.
Look at it. It is the ultimate fishing machine.
We'll attach the
line,
that's not going to work.
to the Cindy Marais
Fire that on there,
fishing
that's all right.
rod area here. And we should have done this earlier, but
No,
we'll
no,
just tie
that is
that on
silly.
there. And I'll just run you through what is the technique. Now, those little kingfish are sitting on that bit of kelp, so we think if we drive the Cindy Marais in close proximity, on the other end of this line there is a small slice lure. And we'll get the ultimate trolling speed past, not full noise, but when the fish hits, the back of the boat goes down, bang! Full revs on the Cindy Marais controller.
The first ever yellowtail kingfish on rodeo controlled boat. Rodeo.
It'll be like a rodeo. It'll be that exciting. Gee, I can't wait for this.
Right.
Where's the weed?
Well, don't lose the weed. Over there somewhere. Let's go find it.
I'm a little bit nervous. I've got the shakes.
After the break, will she or won't she? It's Cindy's biggest challenge yet.
On a mission. All right, the lure is on. The kelp, there it is out there. You got the radio control?
I've got the control. Just do a test. Are we clear in the prop?
Clear of the prop. Cindy Marais is in the water, over the continental shelf, towing its lure on a mission to find the kingfish. Go, Cindy. Do us proud. All right, no one said this was supposed to be easy. The Cindy Marais, after sitting in its box for 4 years, just ran out of batteries. And the kingies, oh, they're here everywhere. So what you've got to do with your radio control fishing now, we got about 2 minutes out of the Marais then, the Cindy. We've now got to charge it up, that's what Nick's doing.
I'm charging it up.
Charging the battery.
I'm accessing the batteries of the bar crusher. 2 big batteries down here. I wish we could just put one of those in there, but anyway.
The biggest trouble is that it takes around about 45 minutes for that battery to charge up.
Yeah. And it seems it takes about 1 minute for it to go flat. But these are just small teething problems. Such a piece of garbage. Oh, now we're going better. We didn't hook one on the Cindy Marais, ran out of batteries. So I've tossed a little soft plastic in at the weed on this little live fibre Texalium brim stick. Got a nice little kingfish on here. And this is excellent. Not the sort of fishing we were sort of planning on when we drove out off the shelf here in Tassie. Kingfish are a bit of a marginal species in Tasmania. They don't get heaps of them. It's right on the sort of cusp of their territory. But they're a good fish. Look at that.
These are, all right, they're little kings. They're little tiny kingfish, baby kingfish. But for the Cindy Marais,
yeah, they will be very, very tough opponents, make no mistake.
they are the perfect fish for the Cindy Marais. That will almost sink the Cindy Marais. One of the most powerful fish in the sea.
Versus one of the most powerful fishing boats in the sea.
Exactly right. Righto, let's go to the Cindy now.
You clear?
Go that way, clear of the lure. Clear of the lure now. Oh, they're on it already. Wait, let it drop.
Now you're on, Hardy, there.
Yeah, I've got a kingy on the rod, and I'm just going to try and fish him up toward your... Don't run over my line too much. He's by himself.
I'm on!
Oh, you're on!
I'm on! Oh, the Cindy! We're capsized!
Oh,
We've got a huge problem! We've got a huge problem!
Oh, no!
Get over to her! Get over to her! We've got men in the water! Men in the water! Oh no, this is unbelievable! I don't know what to tell you folks, but this is...
It popped off.
This is as very, very serious as fishing gets. You're going to run over it! Huh? No, what are you doing?
What do you want me to do?
I want you to...
I can't say, you've got to talk to me, man!
I want you to back down on it. I want you to back down on it. Oh no, it's not that well sealed, the top of the Cindy Marais. This could be having... No!
I can't see. Oh no, get it aboard. Get it aboard. Get it aboard.
Oh no. What we've got there is a radio controlled boat full of salt water. This is a huge problem. Look at this. The rod has come under the deck. filling
The
all our...
line's just snapped.
The line's just snapped.
Kingfish are too big for him.
No way. No way.
That's
Cindy,
it. That's it. We're done for the day.
I believe she's got more to give. More to give. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that?
Did you see the Cindy go up?
She went down at the stern and then I applied the power, maybe too much power, and she came up like the phoenix turned turtle and then slowly proceeded to sink. I don't know, I've caught some big fish in my time, Hardy.
Yeah.
But that is as exciting angling as I've ever been involved with.
Oh no.
This would bring tears to the eyes of a keen hobbyist. Oh. So much water.
Oh no.
So close to home.
So this is good the way they seal it with this.
All this is top notch.
Do you know how much the Cindy Marais actually cost us? This is 5 years ago, you know, before inflation and all that. The Cindy Marais cost us $399.
That was before the resources boom.
Yeah.
So goodness knows what you'd pay now.
And look how they seal it. It's good, that. That'll
use
stop most water getting in.
some work. Yeah, that's wet.
Oh,
I'm going to take the bung out. No,
look.
don't tip it. Oh, God.
Yeah, see?
Oh, that's a problem. Again, tears to the eyes of your keen hobbyist.
Cindy Marais, I think it's been beaten. It's been beaten. Fishing with a remote control boat over the continental shelf isn't for everybody. We would recommend you start in much shallower water.
Battery life is also a major issue with remote control fishing, as is species choice. In hindsight, kingfish might not have been such a good idea.
Now stay with us because after the break we go fishing with fishing rods and reels.
The Deep End, brought to you by the University of Tasmania.
This vial contains about 1 million individuals. Many of them are introduced in ballast water, and that can be a problem. The ship behind me is carrying about 25,000 tonnes of ballast water. How many individuals in that?
I work on microscopic organisms in Australian coastal waters, but I'm particularly focusing on species that I believe have been introduced via ship's ballast water. These include some dinoflagellates that make toxins that can contaminate shellfish. Some other species can cause problems for fish farm industries by causing fish kills. And there are even some species of bacteria like cholera that have immediate human health implications. These organisms you only can catch using very fine mesh plankton nets that I have here. This has openings of 20 micron, 1/50th of a millimeter. Globally, there's a major international effort now going on to try and treat ship's ballast water.
Welcome back to the program, everyone. This is the northern suburbs of Sydney, basically, Andrew. We're doing some big city CBD fishing, folks, just to prove that you don't have to get out of the major metropolitan areas to catch a fish.
Exactly right. Basically, we were in Sydney not to fish, but we have an afternoon free.
Yep.
So we've grabbed the soft plastic gear. This is Narrabeen.
Narrabeen Lake. Lake Narrabeen.
Like the Caribbean.
Apparently. And look, it's a lovely little estuarine system. We're going to flick a few lures around and see what we can catch.
Yes.
Probably, hopefully, some nice flatties.
Flatties.
Yeah.
They're the key. they're quite big in here. So
Can be. Big.
That's what we want to do. Narrabeen. Beautiful spots.
The Caribbean of Narrabeen.
Wow.
Walk us through that. What do you got?
It's a monster.
Crocodile.
It's a crocodile, a frog. The species that we're after, Nick.
Good work, old fruit.
And I'm feeling more confident. This looks good along here. What we've got is a weed bank into some deeper water, and the little lure worked along the weed bank, produced our first fish of the day. I'm coming over to you to show you this fish. I reckon you'll be amazed. You'll be blown away by the size of this flathead, which, boy, I tell you what, on this gear, on this light Wilson gear, it really did fight.
He played up like a second-hand lawnmower, as they say.
Boy, oh
like
boy.
A frog in a sock.
But that goes to prove
Well done.
that there are flathead in there.
There really are. I was beginning to doubt it.
Yes, now we've just got to keep working this area.
All right. Well,
Patchy, they're patchy.
Yeah.
But once you find one,
where there's one,
there'll be just one.
hopefully a bigger one, you never know.
Mm.
He just coughed up a little yabby or something.
That's right.
Well, well done. I'm pleased for you.
Thank you.
Concern for myself might change to that soft plastic.
Yes. Flathead, Narrabeen Lakes. I do that a lot these days. It's when I don't have anything to say. I just go,
Yeah, it's less painful.
don't have to think.
Now those little fish that you can see there just swimming along the edge of the weed bed are the little mullet that live here in Lake Narrabeen. And flathead, we think, love those. So this is pretty much what we're fishing with, which is essentially an imitation of one of those little mullet, just a soft plastic and pretty light jig head. And you can see the weed down here. On the other side of that is a bit of deeper water and sand, muddy sort of bottom. And the idea is to cast out there and work your lure back up with the flathead hanging pretty close to the edge of the weed bed. That's the theory. That's the theory. And you just peg it out. Trick with soft plasticking is you don't want to work your lure too fast. The great thing about flathead is that you know where they are. They're on the bottom. So unlike salmon and tailor and those other species where you need to prospect the water column, flatties, you need to keep your lure on the bottom because that's where they are.
I'm on, I've got something else on. And yes, it's another flathead, another lizard. Getting the hang of this now. It's funny, like Narrabeen Lakes to us is a very new place. We've never fished it before. And what you've got to do when you come to a new place is firstly ask the locals. Generally they won't tell you too much. And then you've got to use your eyes and basically don't be afraid to explore. So we've fished 3 different parts of the lake. The first part out near the ocean didn't look very flatheady to us. The second part was too weedy, and this is in the middle. And look, it's good cover for the fish to sit, nice muddy bottom, and there seems to be a few more flathead here. These are not the ones we're after. We're after a big one, but it's slowly getting better. It's taken us a while. He's gone. Nice job, Mr. Fish.
You're doing very well, Hardy.
It's taken us a while, but we're getting the hang of this. You've got to have faith in what you're doing will work. Do you have faith, Nick?
I have a lot of faith. Faith is what I've got.
Exactly right. All right, it's now time to check out the latest offering from our friends at Wilson Tackle, and I'm joined by their head rod designer, Cord Lucas. Mate, welcome firstly.
Thanks, Andrew.
And tell us about this new rod series that you've designed.
All right, the Blade and Tails range of rods. They're designed for use with modern threadline reels.
Modern threadline reels and modern sport fishing. Just tell us about that for a minute.
All right, so we've got high-powered, well-engineered threadline reels these days, a cut above what they were years ago. And these rods are made for use with them either twitching soft plastics or working spinnerbaits in our dams and various situations like that.
So how do you tailor a rod to a high-performance threadline?
Well, it needs to be made of carbon because it's a stiff material and it transfers all the action into the actual lure. It's very important.
Now, as well as being 100% carbon, you've got a full range.
Yep, full range. They start at an ultralight model and go right through to an XOS model, and they're designed for use with reels that are 1500 size to 6000 size.
There's something for everyone, folks. Check them out. Wilson Blade and Tails. Now, we're fishing for these flatheads today with soft plastic lures. This is just basically your soft plastic setup. It's this is a blade and tails light from Wilson, one of the live fibre rods. Shortcuts reel, braid line. Now the reason you use braid line is so as you can stay in contact with your lure. We throw it out there, the flathead live on the bottom. It's fairly deep. So just waiting a moment, you can watch your braid stop when it hits the bottom. You then know that you're in the strike zone. And you're on, like that. I love it when a plan comes together. Haven't caught a fish for about 6 hours. Decide to take us through the method of catching a fish, and look at that. We're down on the bottom, flathead number 3 for the day. You've got to keep in contact with your lure. That's the most important thing, because if you're not in contact, the fish will bite it, you won't feel the strike or see the strike, and you'll miss him. Be in contact, and that's what the braid enables you to do. TX braid, good stuff. Come here, Mr. Fish.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, Hardy. Thankfully, I followed your advice, really, basically.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is he better?
I heard what you said. Yeah, I think this is probably a better fish. Look at the violent head shakes.
They do whack it, don't they?
Of the Narrabeen Lakes crocodile. Big blue flag on the tail. What species, do you know?
Duskies.
Duskies.
Yep.
Duskies. And the old dusky flathead is kind of the king of the flathead species. Oh, look at that. He's not done yet. He's aerobatic.
If you go to the local Narrabeen fishing store like we did,
yep,
there's a dusky on the wall, which must be about 1 metre long. Its head is, you know, that wide, and they're in here. They're in this lake system. You can actually see
big flathead lies. Yeah, we're
from
big fish.
flathead, considerably bigger than those blokes. That's the fish of the day, though, Nick. You've redeemed yourself.
Whew, there was some pressure on me to do that. And
There's a nice one.
as you can see, they have no hesitation in whacking those lures.
This is a great way to fish, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
It's just relaxing. You're sort of
Wandering along.
just a bit hypnotised by it all,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden,
sorry.
whack, you're on. And
You are on.
that's good stuff. I do like this.
I like it.
Narrabeen is just north of Sydney in a beautiful little beachside town.
Its lake is easily accessible, and we've shown all you need is a light rod and some plastics for a very enjoyable afternoon.
Now, next week on the program, we head to beautiful Kangaroo Island to tackle some monster whiting.
Yep, and then it's off to sunny Tweed, where we struggle to catch anything at all. Until then, goodbye. Hook, line and sinker goes to sea in the mighty Bar Crusher 640C.
Bar Crusher, smooth, tough, plate aluminium boats.
Power comes by the way of the awesome Yamaha F200 4-stroke.
Yamaha, make it the heart of your boat.
And when we fish, it's with quality Wilson tackle.
Since 1946, Wilson, the Australian tackle company.
Don't forget to check us out on the web at www.fishnet.com.au.